So you want to learn how to actually make money growth operating. Well, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how I landed a $5,000 setup fee for growth operating client, and I don't even run that offer at all. Now, I'm going to give you some stories as to how exactly I landed him and as to how we're actually going to fulfill him and why I'm even qualified to do this to begin with. So to start off, my name is Patrick Thomason. If you're new here, I don't know, have fun because I'm about to give you a bunch of game. It's probably going to change your life. So if you want to get into growth operating, you have to utilize a few different things. The first thing you have to utilize is offer positioning and how well of a qualified growth operator you sound to be or seem to be. Now, this $5,000 growth operating client that we signed, I signed him June 1st. Here's a Stripe payment. If I haven't shown him before, I'll pull it up right now, or I'll show it up again. It went through, and that's a setup fee. But then we have rev share. So rev share is obviously like, we'll do probably 20/80 or 30/70 rev share. I'll get 30, he'll get 70. But setup fee was a lot because he knows what I'm worth and I know what I'm worth as well. So first thing, number one, is that if you have no skills, you have no experience, this is your first growth operating client, and you have no background in marketing, positioning, results, even just gathering basic market research, if you have no experience with that, with a proven offer, with getting your head around that, you can't even do it for somebody else. So this specific growth operating client was in my city. He approached me, not in person, it was on Instagram. And then we obviously talked in person over at his shop. Now, I'm not going to give away too much details here, but he has over 400,000 followers on Instagram, and he was looking to monetize it. And so the thing is with this is that I sort of landed this client not by outreaching him. I know most of you guys are going to go down the route of outreaching, which is perfectly fine, but you have to understand that one thing remains the same when you're outreach to a growth operating prospect. And the thing that remains the same is that you are the one that is put in the showroom. So how do I explain this? I'm going to explain this pretty easily for you. So however valuable you are or you're perceived to be will be the likelihood that they'll sign with you. And so obviously if you have no followers on Instagram, if you have, no brand authority on any social media platforms, if you don't post at all, if you have no online presence because the entire marketplace has shifted into the digital space, if you have no online presence, how do you expect somebody with 500,000 followers, subscribers, members, whatever it is, to trust in you to build, monetize, train, and keep a hold of an audience in a paid community or in a high-ticket coaching offer? And so you really have to do inner work and focus on what is going to pull the biggest lever, because you could cold outreach all day. You could get in front of the best growth operating prospects in the world just by simply logging on to LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever. But that's all meaningless if they go to your profile and they immediately say no because you have no brand authority, you have no value, you have no predictability, and you don't know, it doesn't look like you know what you're doing. So that's why it's so hard and it's so easy for growth operating or growth operators that have signed clients before to sign clients again because they have a proven result, they have a proven system, they know exactly what they're doing. But if you're a beginner, what I would tell you to do is provide the most amount of value about growth operating to various social media platforms. Now you might be saying, I can't attract, these guys if I just post 1 or 2 YouTube videos. You're right, you can't. But if you want to take growth operating seriously, you have to start building the baseline foundation of knowing what you're talking about initially, show the marketplace that you have the value, and then when you outreach to people, they see that content and they see you as an authority figure. Now, I'm not saying post YouTube videos and then wait till the crows come home and wait till, you're going to have some random dude hit you up saying that he wants you to growth operate his audience. That will never happen. Well, probably will happen, but I'm telling you, that will not happen for a very long time, that is. But if you mix that foundational content around marketing, around direct market research, around client response systems, around monetizing the community, and you provide value, and then you outreach, and the people that you outreach to look back at your videos, look back at all your posts, you're golden. And that weighs a lot more in people's heads than having some random person with 200 followers on Instagram and no profile picture and no other posts hit them up. So that's kind of the baseline strategy behind it. But how are you going to make money doing this? If you already signed your first client, watch this really quickly. Or if you are in the process of signing your first client, you're ready to go, watch this as well. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get your creator an onboarding call. Now, an onboarding call is going to establish one of 2 things: ground set rules, basically, what is kind of initiated, whether you guys sign a contract or not, what this service and what this partnership is kind of going to be looking like. So maybe I was really close with my growth operating client because we kind of established a pretty strong relationship over a few weeks. And I wouldn't say I'm best, like crazy know him, but we established a pretty solid relationship, and I can get people pretty comfortable around me just based off like the way I talk. And I think I'm just kind of convincing it, and that's just my nature. But so when you hop on a Zoom call with them, you want to establish boundaries, establish weekly Zoom calls, establish how we're going to do this, when's launch day, kind of things like that. You just kind of want to just briefly throw stuff up in the air and really talk about what you could possibly be doing with this client. Next thing you want to do is you're going to want to be doing direct market research with your growth operating client. So for me, we actually went out to eat, took them out to downtown Austin. There's this little spot, I forgot what it was called, but it's near Joe's Coffee, South Congress. Most of you guys know if you're from Austin, watch this video, but little diner down there, I forgot what it was called. And we talked about direct market research. And then we started posting on his Instagram. We made a few stories, had some polls about his audience's demographics, like their age and stuff, to really nail them. Because I know Instagram already kind of gives you some of that, but we really gave him some, or asked his audience, like, where are they at financially? What are their goals? What do they seek to become? Who do they seek to like be when they get older? Who do they look up to? Like, just asking them random questions, story polls, like what's the biggest setback right now, getting a profitable, or figuring out how to build a profitable business, make your first dollar online, overcome a limiting belief. Like, we just kind of just listed out some different things, kind of saw where the market was at, and we came to the conclusion that his market was young, mostly males, broke, wanting to make money online, wanting to build a legacy. And so after we figured that out, we said, look, we have to put together messaging, a marketing message that conveys to these kids, conveys to these young men, conveys to these aspiring entrepreneurs, or just people that want to level up. And so I'm not going to reveal too much as of right now, but I'm going to give you a good framework. So we positioned an offer to where it was sort of a networking group, which is pretty dang basic. Everybody's doing a networking group, but we added in 3 or 4 very exclusive things that outweighed the price that we were to charge it at. And so the bonuses outweighed the price to enter by like 10,000, 100%. And so we positioned our marketing messaging to talk to these young men, to talk to, he was like, I'm here right now. I'm a $50,000 business. Like, I would script out the reels for him, the YouTube videos and stuff. He would say, look, I didn't always have a $50,000 business. I had to work hard. I had to do X, Y, Z. It wasn't until I started doing X, Y, Z, then I started getting Y result. So we would talk to these young men in a way that's aspiring because I put the creator back in their shoes, back to where he was at that position 4 or 5 years ago when he didn't have anything. And I said, let's resonate with them right now so we can get them from point A to point B. This is next level master market messaging. Just understanding like where your prospects are right now, where the majority of your creators audiences, meeting them at point A, showing them that point B is in very visible distance, and helping them bridge that gap mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And if you can do that, you'll create the best community, high-ticket coaching program, whatever it is, you will create the best of it. And so, other thing that we did is we wrote the sales letter. This is just kind of a very standardized VSL, video sales letter, pretty short. You can make yours on Miro, I like Miro because it's just like a whiteboard, but it's online. And then you can screen share using Loom or something, just something super basic. You just want to get everything, all the attributes in the community actually listed on a whiteboard or listed on a Google Doc. You kind of just want to have it there, have it all out, and help sell people basically. Then after that, you'll pretty much work through the creator's Instagram and really make sure that the master messaging aligns with who their target audience is and they're really speaking to them. We built out a type form, sent a bunch of traffic there. But then on launch day, it was great. So, basically, without giving away absolutely everything, I pretty much gave away like 99% of it. You get, after you land your client, you get the marketing messaging from the story polls and from every single person that you talk to in the DMs, kind of get where her audience is at, where they're at right now, point A, and help bridge the gap to point B, come up with a point B, have a clear offer, have a clear positioning, have a clear destination of where these prospects will be once they join the community, the high-ticket coaching program, or whatever it is, course, whatever. Build FOMO around the offer, post on your story, post on their story, reels and posts and just anything like that, a lot of people really go wrong here because they think growth operating is so just hard and you gotta do all these different things, but it's basic marketing. People were doing it in the ancient times. Build FOMO around the offer. Hormozi talks about this, $100 million leads. Build FOMO, fear of missing out. It's happening, scarcity, urgency. Reason why he approached me is because I'm very knowledgeable. He's seen my YouTube videos, he's seen my Instagram, and he knows I do what I talk about. I really do run client acquisition. I really do this. I really do help B2C businesses book in these appointments, and I use all these different techniques mastered together into one little program. And so a lot of it is really how you position yourself online, how much of a authority in the space do you look, and how reputable do you sound. And so you want to actually make money growth operating, have very clear guidelines with your growth operating client, have a very clear A to B for their community or high-ticket coaching program, come up with master marketing. So essentially how your creator speaks to these people, build a FOMO around the offer, have a launch day, and you'll be good to go. That's pretty much how you're going to do it. That's pretty much how I did it. This is my first growth operating client. Maybe I'll land another one. I'm not too sure. But opportunities will pretty much walk in your way when you provide a lot of value for absolutely free. And I know for a fact, all of the free game that I put out here on YouTube will be reciprocated to me later on down the line. These videos might not get a bunch of views as of right now, but I know for a fact in a few years or even in a few months, these videos will get a lot of views from people seeing me down the line. So that being said, I'm providing much of free value. You should do the absolute same because the marketplace is in a trust recession. And everybody's getting pitched in the DMs. Everybody's getting pitched in the cold outreach area. So with that being said, y'all take it easy. That's exactly how I landed a $5,000 growth operating client. Y'all have a good one.